Greetings, YouTube. So today we are going to take a look at the MEZCO TMNT animated 4-pack of figures. So, full disclosure here, if you follow me on Instagram, you know about this, and especially even if you saw my video with my NECA turtles, I had severe FOMO when MEZCO released that first set of the realistic looking, gnarled up, turtles. And I had a chance to get it, and I decided not to, trying to be an adult, and I had severe FOMO because when people got theirs in hand, I was jealous and I was kicking myself. Lo and behold, they were going to release another set in the animated versions, so I jumped on it. So, quick looks here at the box that I've been showing you. In this review, I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can. Chances are, if you're interested in these, you've probably seen a bunch of reviews already, so I'm not going to go too in-depth. But I did do a little bit of personalization to mine because of a fatal flaw that they somehow let slide. So, here we are looking at the figures here. So, real quick, I'm going to try to spend maybe like 1 or 2 minutes on each figure, looking at the aesthetics, looking at the paint apps and all the things that go into that figure, and then we'll talk about the accessories and such, and then I'll show you my personalization. All right, so we're gonna start off here with Mikey. So here is Mikey, Michelangelo. Oh, and he's missing his bandana. That's my bad. Whoopsie, my bad, sir. So all of these guys look excellent as far as aesthetics go. Like, we already knew that this body that they used on the realistic version was on point. I seen it in several people's reviews, and it's the same body if I'm not mistaken. It's just different paint. So, very cool textures, and even though this is animated, they still kept the texture of the skin and the shell and everything. Same thing with the elbow and knee pads, all of that stuff. So they just look really, really cool. Like, and this bright green that they use for the animated ones is so fitting. Like, it's completely what I would want from an animated turtle, a nice bright color. And I believe the only thing different as far as sculpt goes on these ones is the head sculpts, because the head sculpts for the original 4-pack were much more serious looking. They didn't have pupils in their eyes. Expressions I don't believe any of them were smiling, or if they were, it was an evil smile. So they just look really, really nice. Like MEZCO, I love MEZCO. I'll always probably like MEZCO, but sometimes they misstep. And they didn't misstep with these as far as looks go. All right, let's look at Raph here. So Raph here is, again, the bodies are the same as they are with the original set. Raph seems to have a little bit more bulk to his frame. His shoulders are more broad compared to some of the other guys. But other than that, they're pretty uniform and pretty standard. Your cloth soft goods comes in with your pads and then your belt. The rest of it, though, is just, regular plastic. And from what I've seen in people's reviews, not only are the colors of the turtles different, but their weapons are a lot brighter and a lot shinier than the original set. So there's good old Raph. Next we have Leonardo. And if I had to pick a favorite, I'm not really that big into favorites. I love all the turtles, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be Leonardo. Not just because he's the leader, but because I love katana blades. Like, as far as weapons go, this is my favorite weapon. It's a katana. Got the over-the-shoulder strap with Leo here. His stoic, serious face. A little bit slimmer than Raph. You can see the shoulders are a little bit more narrow. Legs maybe not as big at the thigh area, but just these guys just look really, really good. Really good. And then their belts have more storage than just their weapons or their main weapon. Like you can put some of these little kunai and tonfas and things like that in there as well. As far as I know, the pouches don't open up, or if they do, it would probably be a good idea not to open them, because once you get them open, sometimes they're hard to close. This stuff's so tiny. So there is Leo. And then we come to Donatello. He also has the over-the-shoulder strap. He's got some kunai in his belt. Over here, there's these little hook things that come with the turtles. There's one for each of them, and you can use it to hook on their grapple thing. So it's a nice touch, and honestly, you could use it on any figure if you wanted. As long as they had some type of belt, you probably could. You just slide the thing under the belt, and then there's a hook that comes out the bottom. So that's appreciated. Got his bow staff. Very, 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 very cool. I'm very happy to have been able to get a second chance to get, you know, these MEZCO turtles. Would I have wanted the original pack? Yes, I would have. And if I can find a way to somehow get it for, you know, a reasonable amount of money, then I probably will in the future. But who knows, they may come out with another set that's another variation, maybe with all red bandanas or something like that. Who knows? All right, let's take a look at accessories. Okay, for accessories, you get a bevy of items. You get quite a bit of stuff. So everybody, or each turtle gets a stand. Each turtle gets their signature weapons. Then you also get several of those kunai. You get, let's see, 8 fist blades. You get 8 hook swords, 2 tonfa, a pizza box, some of those like ninja climber things with the spikes on them. You get these little spikes that Michelangelo had in his belt, and let's see, you get obviously a ton of hands. You get an extra bandana if you want it long or if you want it short. And then you also get a grappling hook, grapple lines, and also the turtle communicator. And I believe that's all for the accessories. I'm showing pictures of them right now because I didn't want to go through each one and take up a ton of time. As far as each turtle goes, though, you do get 3 heads for each turtle. This is where I had a problem with what MEZCO decided to do, and I don't understand it. Other people have also said that it's a very puzzling decision, but you get 3 heads for each turtle, the one that it came with, and then 2 extras. Each turtle, even Michelangelo, who's supposed to be the silly person of the group, has 1 serious head, at least 1. All of Raphael's are pretty much serious. And Leonardo has 2 serious ones and then a smiling one. For whatever reason, they did not give Donatello a serious head. Like, not even slightly serious, not even just stoic. He's always looking like the odd one out because he's the only one with his eyes all bright, smiling like it's Christmas. So I decided to take matters into my own hand, which was somewhat risky, but I looked at it like, well, I don't like him not having a serious head anyway, and some of these heads are a little bit iffy, so I'll take the one I like the least and I'll try to do something with it. All right, so here we have Donatello with this smiling head, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with this smiling head. He does look a little overly excited, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's animated turtles. They should have a smiling head. But then they also gave you this one, which that's a more, I don't know, it still looks a little weird. His eyes are a little bit popping out, but again, it's animated turtles, that's fine. But I needed a serious head, so I took the other head, which I'll put a picture of it up here next to the one that I customized, and I customized this head here. So this one had kind of an open mouth, but his eyes were still like he was smiling. So what I did is I took some milliput putty and I kind of just shaped a ridge here so that it looks like he is, you know, got his brow scrunched. So that was the easy part. Well, I won't say it was easy. That was the part that I was able to do relatively quickly. But then I had to find a way to match this purple. So I took some paint that I have, some lavender, some regular purple paint, and I added a splash of red. And I think I added a splash of dark blue too. Basically just testing it and putting the paintbrush up to the existing bandana to see if it somewhat matched. So I think, you guys tell me, I think I got it pretty good as far as the match goes. You know, I just pushed the stuff down over the inside of his eyes so that he looks like he's a little bit serious now. So when I put this head on Donatello, now he looks like maybe, you know, Mikey touched something that he wasn't supposed to and he's giving him a stern lecture like, Mikey, I needed that, or something like that. So this works now. It's perfect. Now they can all, I can switch Mikey's here, they can all have a serious look when they are together. If I'm honest, I would kind of rather Mikey would have had not side eyes, but it doesn't look bad. It's not a bad look. So there you go. Now they all have a serious look to them. So when you're doing your pictures and things, or when I'm doing my pictures and things, I can actually have them all in the same mood, because one of them being happy-go-lucky while everybody else is ready to do battle was silly. That was a miss by MEZCO. I don't know what they were thinking. I can't explain it. I don't understand why you would not give him at least one serious head, but I took care of it. Okay, so we're gonna use RAF for articulation here. So you have a ball joint up at the top of the neck, like so. You also have a ball joint in the bottom of the neck, and your arms can go out about this high, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, about there. You do have a bicep cut, double jointed elbow. Your wrist is on a peg, and then the wrist itself is a ball that swivels and turns. There is a separation here for ab crunch, but the front shell kind of impedes it, so you don't get barely anything out of it. It is what it is with turtles, kind of. At the hips, you can come out pretty far. Going forward, you can come up there, or if you twist the leg a little bit at the thigh swivel, you can go a little bit higher. Your knee is double jointed. It gets excellent range for how thick he is down there. And typical with a MEZCO figure, the ankle joints are the weakness. They're okay. I know my Leonardo, his feet don't bend up enough, so sometimes it's hard to get him to stand. But you can go forward that much, which is not barely anything. Backwards that much. You do have a slight tilt, but it's slight. I mean, honestly, that's pretty good for a MEZCO, but for a Marvel Legends, that would be terrible. So, for whatever reason, they always struggle with their ankle joints. I don't know if they're trying to keep the aesthetics of the ankle to look good and keep it real hidden, but it makes it really suffer from ankle joints that just won't be as dynamic as you'd like them to be. Couple of comparisons here. We got the MEZCO turtles with the best action. I want to say these were the SDCC turtles because they're all detailed and stuff. Then we got the MEZCO turtles here with the NECA Eastman and Laird 4-pack. And yes, I did doctor up the colors on mine. If you missed that video, I did kind of touch them up and change them into different colors. Left the bandanas red though. And then to round out these comparisons, we have them with the NECA animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to say this was the 4-pack from the Haulathon, probably last year's Haulathon. Okay, so final thoughts on these turtles. Really love the set. It's just really spectacularly done as far as the colors, the sculpts, the aesthetic. It's animated, but it's still MEZCO. It still has texture. It's not, you know, super smooth like these guys are. It's very, very well done. Donatello's lack of a serious head though is a major miss. That's a major miss. And I don't have the original pack, the one with the realistic looking ones, but they also came with soft goods and some other accessories that these ones did not come with, yet it was the same price, so you could probably say that's a miss as well. You get a ton of accessories, so it's not like you don't get a lot anyway, you get a ton. But the soft goods would have been nice, the little cloaks and capes and things like that would have been nice. I don't necessarily need them, but I could see why somebody would want them. I don't know, there's not a whole lot I can see wrong with this set. It's just a really good set. It's a really good, you know, setup as far as these bodies and everything. They could keep going with all types of different versions of these guys and they would all sell. So the turtle craze is alive and well. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.